Overpass, both teams losing their map picks. Find ourselves on the decider for the semi-final, the first of Intel Extreme Masters EU RMR.
NIP did win the knife round there. Came down to the wire. Rez getting the final kill. They've decided to start here on that CT side. Speaking of Rez, he's got those Julies in his hands with the armor as well. Plopsky into the CZ75 and just making sure they get all those goodies from spawn there. Vitality. P250s, two of which, bit of util as well. Smoke some flashes and peppering up mid is Apex.
This is the first time I haven't seen the Julies at the half wall. He's taken them to apps.
If they waterfall out, and currently they're starting to work over in that direction here, Vitality, that wouldn't be too bad for the job. 3 up through the apartments, Kyojin and Apex. With that utility, we'll be throwing it from downtown. Apex in the chicken pit, Kyojin behind the barrels in middle. And those smokes they can lob out here. One towards the moto position and one looking like it's going to go on the balcony. Flashes over and here's the Julies activated.
Oh yeah, already drawing blood. Masuta forced to watch as the pistol unfolds. Zywu's hunting him down and has converted on the reload. Oh, LNZ a slip up. Only one now to defend the site, and he's been deleted. Zywoo is activated. And the bomb is planted. He's got a retake smoke here. Plopsky might be able to isolate the pit players. Zywoo might be unable to contribute here.
They're sitting on the kit in pit, so this is looking pretty impossible right now for NIP.
Yeah, well, the first is there. Plopsky would need the second in quick fashion. Kyojin duking it out with Plopsky, and it looks like the graveyard walk from Hampus has been cancelled. Zywoo will make it 3. And the French take the pistol.
A couple of crispy ones there, so we're getting back underway with where we kick things off on Nuke. And I think we might even get the fire back in the belly, right? When things weren't going so well on an overpass there, the French were a little bit more quiet. This time around, they're trying to make some noise about things. And the Julie's really not really getting a start here. It was actually Linus from the pit, LNZ getting that opener right there. And Rez found out, hunted down the force spy in. And round number 2 is where I think the action, where we really, in the early game, oh, look at that, a couple of HEs. Looks like 3 of which have been left over here for Hampus to continue to dunk towards middle.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? Often you have T's gathered, waiting for contact. Oh, he's
trying him out early.
Very early with that.
Hampus.
Oh. Well, Rez has got alternate plans. You don't need nades when you've got a D like that.
What just happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Blink and you will miss it. Rez has shot 2 heads, and it might even be another here as the Plopsky CZ connects. Vitality just falling by the wayside. It's only Zywoo and Kyojin now.
We'll have the bomb for now.
Yeah, for now. Look at Device. He's not going to let that go easy. He's taking a chunk and a Kyojin's health pool. LNZ's responsible for B.
I think with Zywoo still alive, I'm believing in this one for Vitality. Kyojin being low, yeah, a bullet and he's down. But Zywoo, if he can hit another couple of crispy shots here, we'll be able to get them in towards this B bomb site. A bunch of utility to work with. The float man of Hampus is over towards Arch, and he is starting to even backpedal further away. The gun swap just to give the AK to Zywoo, and LNZ is pushing forward. That's a nice shot from him, and the second as well. Call this one done. What Rez started, LNZ will finish. End of the alphabet, end of the round.
Oops. LNZ there. I think he thought his teammate was closer behind him. He ended up actually discarding the AK in pursuit of that Galil. Will not necessarily have any real ramifications in this battle for early control. But yeah, what a shot out of Rez, 2 to be specific.
I wonder if they got baited in because the nades were coming from Arch side, that they thought there was a stack Arch side, and then Rez has swung out from short. You know, there's something that could be played in there. The mind games of this whole nade situation. Hampus sits Zywoo down. Take a break, mate. It's a really quick opener right there for NIP to be getting here, and because it is up against the force spy, there's not a lot Vitality can do. They'd be hoping to at least wait out the early barrage of the CT utility. Oh. Well, a tag, but through the corner of the wall, not a lot of damage done whatsoever. Not even 20 points of health taken away from Plopsky there. It's going to be 17 on the nose as he tucks on in aggressively in Banana, still with LNZ close. Pedaling back and forth. Off and peppered on through. They're going to run straight in. Plopsky's Mac 10. Good for 2. May as well call it 3. Now it's just one man remaining here. Shocks.
Lovely bit of room for him here. Gets to stretch his legs, get his cardio in, burn some calories. Maybe even burn through some of that CT economy if he can get a couple of kills going here. Spotted out and does adjust in time. Rez just slipping up on the banana skin.
I think he wants to hold on to this. Now, this isn't going to have huge issues right now unless they chase him and take it after time. So before I start talking about the next round, let's just see how this one concludes here, because they know that he has to be over towards A, right? The best he could have done is slipped over towards Library and... Oh, Hampus.
I'm surprised he's so actively searching.
Yeah, he thought about it for a second there, but has dipped on back, so no more damage inflicted. But the problems that this is going to have with the saved M4 is not immediately into the next. It's going to come in the following gun round, where Shocks won't be getting the same amount of loss as everybody else, right? So with this M4 right now, you're going to need to make sure you get something from it, and that was actually fantastic from Hampus there. We caught it on the replay. A nice little shot there to open up the account. They need to make sure that Shocks is keeping this one with a kill or two. Getting into a bomb site and getting the bomb down would be fantastic. That might get rid of those financial woes that we were talking about there. And some more nades left in towards spawn. So we're going to be seeing more and more of that. I suspect we're going to see it very well refined by the time we get to the major. This is our first foray into this update. Seems like a big tournament to have that happen, but it's been great to see some different levels of creativity shown by these teams. And here we go, scooping them up. Hampus back on through spawn, grabs a couple of extra nades. Zywoo takes one. 25 points of health remaining now, and it is slow. Very, very slow here. This time, at least it wasn't the opener out the gates here. But Shocks, the man we need to keep our eyes on. The head armor, the M4.
Well, that M4 could do damage here. Confirmation of Hampus's position. Three-man setup on A. Pulling out the nades, and I mean, this is just kind of like a glamorous rot of that utility. With the addition of Shocks' M4, they are a little more threatening. Well, they were past 10 to this point. Still have that weapon equipped, but a flub smoke. Apex just about with his tail between his legs has escaped. And Hampus looking for style points, trying to finish it off with the dig, and he can't quite get it across the line. So now there's another M4. Masuta is going to surely struggle to hold on to this one. He's right there in the arch. There's so many members of NIP hunting him down, and it will be Plopsky's frag all day of the week. 3-1 NIP, despite the lost pistol bouncing back and converting. So they're up to no good.
If you think about the last map as well, Vitality picked up the 2 pistols there, right? They picked up the 2 pistols, then they lost the 4 spies. So the same thing's happened here to them, unfortunately. They're good at getting the pistol rounds, but not great at getting the conversions, and that really was a problem for them on Overpass. It might come back to haunt them here, because that issue with the loss bonus, you can see it immediately reflected in Shocks' buy. It is just going to be a Tech 9. Does have a bag of util with this, but what's the call going to be? 3 up second mid. One man of Zywoo to deal with Banana, and normally great in this position. Lots of mollies. Will have to extinguish to keep himself alive, so playing fireman here. Maybe that's what he wanted to be when he grew up. But again, the slow crawl. No risks being taken, no early aggression.
Yeah, I mean, from one side, sure. Plopsky, on the other hand, his aggressions have been cut down. Device set up in the apps. Oh, he gets 2 with the 1 bullet. Finish it off with the nade. Masuta evades. He lives on. And back to B. Device, I think, might be thinking about the same thing. He's smoked off on long, so might be locked to that, at least until he can confirm there's nothing top mid. His B players don't look too threatened right now, at least not feeling it. They'll hear some sound cues, and that's enough to drop a smoke of their road.
Out of util, they have to go.
Here they come. And Apex is sitting duck.
It's looking easy now, isn't it?
See with the pluck, and yeah, only 2 bodies left for the Vitality squad. Good luck, have fun. Shocks and Masuta, nadeless. Giving it everything they can. Linus smokes so much power in it, looking the wrong way. It's something back for Vitality. Newbox will provide some cover.
Happy with the plant here, especially where the loss bonus is right now. So something out of nothing right now for the French.
There could be more. Oh, that might spread. Pursuta peeking out, burnt to a crisp. Only Shocks on the coffins. Tracks res, but no health for this. The clock's his best friend, and they're just going to close the gap, and he has two. Catches device and another Hampus Ninja. Surely not.
It every time. Surely not. It every time.
Surely not. 3 for 3 in the 1v1s from NIP, and it's all thanks to the pros don't fake. Holding it every time, holding their nerve. Vitality have come close, but again, just holding that one. No fakes so far from them.
That's crazy. Every single time they just seem to sit these diffusers right here, not wanting to play the game against Vitality, just wanting to get the objective done and ushered on in. 4-1. Now that plant, it was important because that's allowed another buy for Vitality, and considering how close that round was, maybe, just maybe, with this one here, they can start working on some rounds. Peeking on in, device.
Sharks knew he had a bit more of a window to commit to the spray, given the missed orb shot. Good maneuver from Zywoo initially, but it results in his demise. And again, NIP, they are looking very rigid on this defense. There's not many opportunities for Vitality's individuals to just make a play and make some space.
Yeah, they're not getting that space right now. At least middle was on the docket. Molly off the skybox there. That's going to burn out towards Porch. So indicating that they want to head towards this A site, but NIP, they're not deterred. Still 3 players parked in Banana. If it is the A play, they'll be quick up behind. Apex having a look in and sees nothing, but as he pushes, he's going to find everything. They step on out. Another player falls and a 5v3.
Stark contrast to that start of this series. NIP just heating up with every passing round. Rez delivers. And Shocks is his last victim. Perfection.
Threat's getting loud for the boys. They're keeping their calm over there.
Get the good vibrations.
Yeah, this is where Xtaz is going to chip on in now. After they took timeouts in that second map on Overpass, and Xtaz chipped in, they were actually able to get some rounds going here. It might just have to be a half buy here from Vitality. There's 2 names who look good for a buy. That's Kyojin and Shocks. The other 3 could get Galils if they really want, and that's what this timeout's going to be about. What's the discussion going to be? Max loss bonus is in play, so 3,400 in the next round. And if they all buy around to that point so that they can make sure that they get a gun round and keep this one with something respectable, that'll be the double dip as far as the money is concerned. But starting to get away from the French now. We've seen teams be able to bounce back from scorelines much worse than this, so don't worry just yet. NIP, they're carrying that momentum through, and well, with 3 players B again. Rez and Device. That's 2 names you'd be happy to have locked down, I think.
Yeah, I think you can count on them. Again, with early, deep banana smoke, it just means Vitality would have to invest heavy util if they did want that space. Speaking of util, more scooped up. Hampus on the rotate gets an extra incendiary and flash.
I feel at some point it might have to change a gear here for Vitality, especially if NIP keep finding opening kills and then they're just trading out efficiently. Well, not even trading, right? Just being offered up individual fights. And it's stalled out again. We've just had another 45 seconds quickly blow by. NIP happy just to sit in actually quite a defensive stance here. No info on Banana. They don't have any info on mid right now. They just had some. There was the jiggle from Hampus over towards the arch side. But again, this is really interesting to see that Vitality are happy just to play so far back. Now, I know they're not operating with full rifles. They can't take the fights as fairly as they'd hope. But with all that info that NIP have had, they've actually been able to hedge their bets with a 3-man B stack. You got Plopsky on the boost. You got Hampus baiting with shots through the smoke. And then you still have LNZ back at the site with a molly here. 30 seconds. It will be this B finish. Everybody from Vitality ready to run on in.
Yeah, that's going to be the incendiary as well, but it's ahead of it in the pool is Masuta. Eliminated now, problems. Zywoo's the only one with the rifle and the only one in the feed for Vitality. It's 2 from him. Bomb cancelled thanks to the swing. Can't keep control of the weapon, only Shocks. And it's unlikely he even gets this bomb down.
They should push when they hit planning.
Surely going to close that gap. He anticipates that and looking to take another head. Okay, gets costly. Swede's happy with that. 6 in the bank. Very early, strong start from NIP.
You have to like that, though, from Vitality still. I know that it's not a round, but again, they just had leveled out their cash. They kept it as an expensive round. They took 4 players away. More brilliance here from Zywoo on the way on. in. And, well, Plant, that would have been the cherry on top of this one right here. Rez does save the day, but they make sure that NIP stay humble. Right, there's a threat ever pressing around the corner there. Shocks into the T side at AWP. It won't be Zywoo here, and a pot shot taken as the mid-cross. I just thought that would have been a little bit freer there. Apex after the blistering map one has definitely cooled off here and would have loved an opening. LNZ strafes out. It's looking too easy now.
Well, they know where Device is. Force the shot out of him with the flash. Rejigging it.
Actually re-aggressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick all the way down.
Shots holding this one. That's some confidence for Dev. It's been silenced.
Curious to see if they gamble one of the sites here, right? Happus is over towards the B bomb site right now. He still has a smoke and a molly. Utility to lock down that B site if they do want to return there. But Vitality, again, this time, they've come out on top of the early exchanges. But it's more of this slower pace. And as the time ticks on down, it is a mid-crossfire. This could be the blender if they run on in. A bit cavalier. Out of the boiler, up mid they go, and they are walking into this crossfire.
Okay, Plopsky and Rez looking to lock it down, and Wasuited already took one scalp, and that will be it. Vitality in hot pursuit of their second.
Now Hampers, he knows what's been going on with the cash money situation, so looking to save. He'll have to be dropping a gun across to Plopsky in the next round. Everybody else is going to have plenty. 1,400 as the loss bonus here. What's he thinking about? I thought you'd be loving a save right now.
Is he giving it a look?
I don't know. It seems really risky to do so. Halfway ticked. Hampus is cheeky. He's very, very cheeky, and maybe just damage. He does have that molly he can drop back of pit to try and deny these rifles.
Oh, there's one. Zywoo. And that was what he was looking for, I suppose. Gets away with the AK and an extra frag for good measure.
Okay, so both teams being very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not stingy. That's not the one. The opposite.
Conservative? Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty cracking today. I think those series yesterday. Taking some of the beans away from me.
There's obviously not as much on the line here today. Obviously, for Vitality, they're still fighting for that legend status, which for them obviously means the world. For NIP, they've already secured that based off the fact the way the games have gone. But obviously, if you joined us last night for that ENCE versus G2 game, there was so much on the line there. Had a different feel to it.
Zywoo, this is actually an operational gap. He can find an opportunity. The nade looks right on the money. In between the wickets. He's trying to do it on his own. All the util and the fights being taken by Zywoo. Counter util from NIP looks good, and the info gathered. Plopsky looking to stand and fight and deliver. Opener again found for the Ninjas, and now they can just turtle up into the site, tuck their head into their shell.
Pick up the supply drops as well, so maybe there's a nade that was meant to be around here that's rolled away. That's one of the issues with the HEs, right? You get the mollies, the nades, they do get a little bit roly-poly. He has the smoke, so he can lock the door here. It's very, very shallow, though.
Yeah, but it's a bit suspicious. You don't know if they're playing over in that pull position on the edge of the smoke. It's some juggled weapons. He gets the Apex rock in the AWP. Don't get to see this one too often. Maybe he can forge a path into the ace site, because the three-man setup, NIP are playing textbook Counter-Strike right now.
He's had plenty of practice on the scout, so that might be enough. Doesn't move as quick, though. Won't be as zippy around those corners. Shock's just keeping them there, planted towards the B site. So the two players of LNZ and Plopsky should not be moving here as we turn our attention back towards A. Moto smoke, arch side molly, and away they go.
Counter flash is good. Device deals with apps, and Asuta trying to do something. Only Apex putting his name in the feed. NIP locking it down again.
Looking great on this one now, 7-2. And I was talking earlier how the scoreline can quickly snap shut. But it's not feeling that way. This is a bit limp, and I think the scores help reflect that. We've got 8 for Shock, 7 for Zywoo, 3 apiece for Apex and Masuta, and only 1 kill for Kyojin here. So really need to see an individual or two stepping up now to help Vitality get back into this game. Everyone loves a bit of help sometimes. And yeah, they're scratching their heads right now. Second timeout called. Looking into the 10th round of play, it is going to be another half investment here. Have funds in the chat once more, and let's see, is this going to be the change of pace that I was talking about?
I got the Vitality securing Legends spots.
Conditions.
Conditions, thank you, that's the word. They need to place top 3, Australis place top 2, or G2 place top 6 at best. All of those still up for debate.
Plopsky doing the juggling act now. We've been watching more and more players doing this. And to varying success, right? Some players are just throwing out the nades and they're not finding any damage. Some are throwing them out and they're finding huge chunks. So it's going to be interesting to continue to monitor this. Banana control. Well, it's given. And I think they're trying to go mid to B here, you know?
Looks like it, yeah. I mean, Device should have a real good angle for this. They're aware. So is he.
Standoff right now.
Ooh, and he doesn't quite hit the mark on the first, and now multiple targets towards spawn. Rez is actually going for a re-aggression through the arch. Their backs will be turned, trying to avoid Device, but they're not ready for Rez. And that's a great handling of the situation. No real threat.
None at all.
Saiwu. Still one.
Like, none at all. Like, they're lacking, like, the bloodlust. Like, he's pinned in library. We're just waiting. We've only got the pistol. Somebody needs to get stuck in. Right? Somebody needs to start finding them these kills, because you get the space, that's one thing, but you need to find the frags. And that has so much time, right? NIP, they're taking a lot of space there. You can see Rez pushing around as well. They knew exactly what type of hit that they were dealing with. And I'm hearing more shouts over from that room. Movistar Riders versus Copenhagen Flames, map number 2, the Riders. 14-5 the scoreline reads right now. So the Movistar Riders are just 2 rounds away from securing themselves a spot in the major. Spaniards watching right now. I'm sure there's going to be a massive celebration. Their storyline's pretty crazy considering they've only recently just changed roster.
Yeah, and in a large way. Returning to communicating in their native tongue. It's Gangster, and Plopsky is too. Look at his positions. I think he's been booked here. Yeah, completely. And no room for Vitality at the inn.
This is just looking shaky for the French right now. Oh, straight through the smoke. It's getting worse, isn't it? And we've had so many rounds that have commenced like this, that have kicked off like this, where they lose an opening kill, or maybe they cop a bit of damage here. They're not getting the space that they're working for. They're being denied, and NIP are getting away with it. They're not even, it doesn't feel like they're even having to work too hard, because you notice that Vitality aren't pushing the issue with anything crazy. How many other players other than Zaiwu have you seen in Banana early? Apex tried it once, Zaiwu's tried it a couple of times, but there's no gusto to this.
Yeah, it's such a stark contrast. Almost like 2 different teams from that first map, and the screams and the guffaws.
Remember, like NIP, there's no pressure on them. They've already got this legend status. They might be playing a little bit freer here, and Habs has pushed. Straight in.
Yeah, he just goes for the blood, and it's done. I mean, what, 2 versus 4? Device tucked on the site. Rez is in a power position and knocks the head out of Kyojin. 9-2. Look at them go. All smiles, ear to ear, as this is not only a one-half chat, it's just a question of by how much.
I don't know if they can stop them right now, especially with this pace. I thought when the Tech 9s came out earlier that would be the gear shift, but it hasn't. Still feels like we're in second gear right now. Need to shift up, because these reactions from Apex are the ones that you should come familiar with when things aren't working. It's not the yelling, it's not the getting hyped on up, it's just frustration, and wow, you can understand it, and that's going to be the 3rd time out called now. Might not have any left for the second half here, considering the way things are going. Now, money is there. The AK's purchased on in, and if you have a pocket strap, if you have anything that you've been working on, anything that you've been trying to save, if you want to continue your hopes and dreams here within this event, as far as the upper bracket goes, as far as that grand final, which is tomorrow, goes, this would be the time to pull it on out. Oh, here we go again. After the third time out, do we have a change of conversation, or is it just going to be one-way traffic for the Swedes here, who are looking, well, unstoppable right now. Deep mid smoke, 2 towards A, 3 towards B. Standard stuff. I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing outside of the textbook here, other than a couple of cheeky nade drops. That's the only difference.
Okay, well, you wanted some pace, you wanted some team play, and, well, Vitality are throwing a quick one towards A here. The reactive util seems good. Oh, and another one from straight through the smoke. LNZ again delivers them a first blood.
He's got the goggles on right now. Seems to be finding them no matter where they are. Well, they've been sold out immediately. After that, Alex, after they've been denied, they have 1 smoke and 4 flashes left. And a minute, over a minute to operate with.
And it's felt like Banana's been closed, like straight up closed for business. They are going to have another go.
Oh, come on, Avers. Be nice to them now.
Yeah, they are.
You're bullying them.
Yeah, but this isn't like the same kind of quote-unquote disrespectful CT aggression as it is just very, very well-timed, choreographed and coordinated team maneuvers. The individuals as well hitting their shots. That's a miss from Device, and he's been punished for it. But look at the aggression out of Hampus. Maybe I need to eat my words, because that is cheeky.
Yeah, Device was dying to just bait them in, because Hampus wants them all. That's 4 for him. 14 kills now, and well, sailing to this grand final. And you know the storyline that we can set up on the other side of things. Sure, for the French, we're talking about the fact that, yeah, okay, they want to fight for that legend status. Well, we would love to see Device taking on Astralis. He left the team earlier in the year. He made this blockbuster move, one that blew everybody away. I don't think any of us saw this coming at all. Away from Astralis over to NIP.
Big battle on Banana here. Util's been great from the Ninjas. And it looking even better again from LNZ. Damage and then some. Plopsky with the 2. Nothing left for Kyojin, really. Even his teammates just been eliminated, and he takes the fight. Rez will collect 11 already. NIP sailing, smooth sailing. There isn't a single turbulent sea. I can't speak today.
It was with a pistol round that they lost, right? That they won. Sorry, they won the pistol round, and they've only won 1 other round since then. That's it. That's all they've really been able to muster. That's absolutely wild here. Great showing from the Swedes. Running with that momentum at map number 2. And at this point, you can see them getting to 13. It wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility by any means. Deep nades down again, always softening them up. Vitality limping out of the rounds here with either a body or damage. There you go, that's the rolling, yeah.
And that's another opener, as if NIP.
Another one.
Oh my God. Absolutely battered. He's ahead of the smoke. Plopsky's on the boost though, so as he puts his bottom on the line, he's down. I'll give you something, Chad, that NIP, if they convert this one, it won't be that dangerous scoreline.
Bottom on the barrel again here.
Oh, Device knows there's another one to be found. I'm sure he's tempted to re-peek, but the whole squad are. Look at them, charging, lusting for it to finish this one quick. NIP 12, Vitality 2.
It's so measured, right? They know when to go aggressive, and they're not really getting out of control of things here. They're sticking with it.
Obviously, our Riders were getting loud there, or was it the Flames?
I'm just having a little bit of a look. Scoreline 15-8 right now. Deaths with 2 big kills. Maybe, just maybe, that one is coming to its conclusion.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of yelling, so maybe it is over. We'll be there in a moment. We're just catching on up. But that is massive, right? That's a massive result right there. And almost a massive result here. Final round of play, the opener again. It's just been the same and same again. Haven't been able to get anything going here, the French. Just absolutely nothing at all. You'd love one round just to believe that you can actually get the 5 kills necessary to win a round here, but another 5 on 3. I couldn't count on one hand, I don't think, how many rounds have been like this for Vitality.
Confirmed, there's action coming. Something from Misuta. Zaiwu as well. So what was a 5v2 now becoming just a little more realistic.
Tice is pushing again here. They do not care at
Not
all.
gonna-
They don't care at
They're
all.
not going to be expecting this.
He's just going to peek down mid here.
Calls it clear.
Maybe even with the AWP. Oh, come on, you weren't even aiming at him.
Yeah,
You're just pre-firing.
Style points, and Zai was his next victim. 13. Vitality got very little to show for that, and Inferno on lock. We'll be right back to see if Vitality got anything more to show, or if NIP going to speedrun their way to that grand final.
Best of one. Everything can
Everyone
happen.
can beat everyone.
Yeah. Plus in a stressful environment, so you got like all the resources to do a banger with every matches. So I don't know. Talking about us, we just want to play as the best level as we can show.
We don't care about enemies like we do.
Nah, we are here for win.
Yes, yes.
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 Oui, 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 mon ami.
Hey Future Pros, back to Inferno today with a pretty useful Molotov. This molly will force back an AWPer playing close to porch. To execute this, use your KZ skills to get onto the corner of this railing. Aim below the wooden rafter and at the bottom of the cracked paint on the wall. Then jump and throw. This will force any AWPer playing porch side to move back onto the site, or play more aggressive, so watch out for that too. Good luck!
NIP have come in, all guns are blazing, just windmilling their fists through the French, and very little signs of life, if you'll pardon the pun, from Vitality.
Yeah, one player up to the double digits, that is Zaiwu. The rest of them all very, very quiet. Actually, everybody quiet. 10 kills, 2 rounds, it doesn't even really matter. 8 for Shox, stood with 6, 3 for Apex, 2 for Kyojin. Not being able to convert that pistol round, I made a remark early that maybe it would come back to haunt them like on Overpass. Well, it definitely has, and even more so. This would be some comeback right now, and it doesn't feel possible whatsoever.
And take a look at the kill spread. Not only have you got like 4 of them within a couple of kills of each other, but also LNZ, who is just lagging behind at 10, was the one that was finding them 4 to 5 back-to-back openers towards the tail end of that first half. 13 already in the bank account, Chad. They are in hot pursuit of that pistol. If they do pick it up, you may as well stick a fork in this one.
Shox with a warning shot. I'm liking the Counter-Strike NIP are playing here. It's tempered. They know when to go for the aggression, which is that knockout blow, and they also have been doing their strats. Now this one, we've seen it once. We're going to see it again. So they're going to waterfall out apartments here with the flashes of Device.
I'm intrigued to know if it catches Graveyard. Like, if he's not looking at the floor, there shouldn't be a way. It catches, and actually, Hampus has caught Shox. Kyojin just
Ahead
the
of
one,
the flashes.
well ahead of the flashes, and now, surely, there's something to be said about this. Zywoo and Apex.
They have to go for this, right? If you imagine wanting to save what you have right now on the pistol round and then having to go up against a 14-2 scoreline.
Yeah, you have to give it everything it's got, and re-smoke on the library position. Outlook gets even worse. A tasty gap, sure. No contact on that mini pit. Apex thinks better of it, waits for the info, but look from behind, Zywoo is in trouble. 2 players bearing down on his location. The nade damage was good, but there's nothing more. Nothing more to be said. This is going to be a very dominant finish from NIP. And Vitality, it all hinges now on what little they can invest into our 17th.
Yeah, this is such a rough place to be, right? It's eco, allow the 15th, and then have to get 13 of your own in a row, or it's go for a force buy, and you're talking Deagles, CZ for Apex here. He's not going to go for his signature scout. Shox likes to go for this MP9 on the force buys, so they could at least put up a fight here, but that would be the only point of resistance, because next round it's going to be a buy that looks very similar to this. Exchanging weapons, Rez with the AK, there's 3 MAC-10s, Hampus into the Galil. And if they continue to play the type of Counter-Strike they have been, NIP, they should win this one. Shox gives up his position, and he's going to get run down.
Completely overrun.
17 for Rez now. Kyojin with a defensive smoke. The rotation of all 3 from B is coming, but they have to deal with Hampus.
Deep volley. Looking to fight. Kyojin took on the pit, the hay bale's position. Could catch him. Nice from Device, he contributes, but still, Vitality, they're kicking. A miss from Masuta does adjust. His Deek's doing it all for the French, not only. It brings it into 1v1. Hampus is there to solve the riddle. Damn, got close there, and Masuta's been a little bit of a shining light for Vitality, even in the face of a brutal loss. Saw him pull them up in that overpass game.
Cool to see Threat being so loud, right? He's been the vocal element of the team here. The rest of them are kind of just focusing. And we always talk about that element of the coaches, right? Being a fire-up factor as well as obviously being the tactical minds. The player, the individual to keep you level-headed, contribute when the chips are down, bring the mood on up here. We're having the coach yelling behind you with the war cries after such a good map. 2 great maps in a row here for the Swedes, and just 5 more kills away from getting this first series done, locking himself in for the grand final, and then they can sit and watch Ents versus Astralis coming up next.
Pop flash in, and 4 more to go. Make it 3. Hampus just counting down to the grand final. 3 bodies remain from Vitality, and even LNZ could work on a fast flank here if he hears them rotate. May not be necessary, because they're just pushing for it. Look at where Hampus is. And it is going to conclude 16-2.
What an absolute showing from NIP here. Locked himself in for the grand final, the first team to do so. And those 2 back-to-back maps, you forget about Nuke, you forget about that Apex performance on the CT side, and, well, they look kind of happy with that. Way to lock themselves in. We talk about teams needing to peak at the right times, needing to step themselves up, and, well, we know the major's just around the corner here. NIP is starting to look really, really hot.
You know what the players have been saying, right, about that major? It's about finding that peak as a team, as an individual, and finding that peak at the right time. Well, you know what, Chad? It is only just a few days away at this point. What is it, 17?
17, I do believe, so really just around the corner. 2 weeks, just over. And what has been 2 long years couldn't come soon enough. Good to see the players getting a bit of interaction here, and, well, Vitality, they've had a good tournament. They'll still get to play off in that decided for 3rd or 4th spot. But NIP in for that grand final and looking hot.
Absolutely. Astralis Ents is on its way. We're taking a look at some Epic's picks, and we'll be getting this one party started over at the analyst desk after a break.